Hello viewers, today we are going to be touring Pearl City, which is a very detailed and realistic 1.5 to 1 scaled Minecraft city, which looks really good. So in today's video I am going to tour the city, show you guys all the buildings, and I also recommend you guys check out his YouTube channel, cause he posts some banger videos on there, and his videos could really help you improve at Minecraft building if you need help improving your Minecraft builds and cities. So check out his channel after watching this video. Anyways, let's get into it, shall we? Alright, so first we have the town hall. We got the town hall over here, which is a very big building with mainly white elements, white walls with a gray roof out of a deep slate. We got these really nice windows here with a definitive trim around them with the daylight. And we got a ton of detail with like these porch railings in the balconies, the corners. And we also got like 2 different tiers to the mansard roof. And this just continues going up here. And then there's 2 courtyards in the middle of the building. And a ton of windows overlooking the courtyard. It's a very nice building and I really like it. Personally, one of my favorites here. Next over here, this is a very unfinished area. But here's another building. I don't know what the reference of this one is, but I think they did a pretty good job in this building. I like the way that the white and dark gray contrast each other. They contrast really well. And a ton of detail up here on top by the roof, with a little gradient that goes to gray, coral blocks, and there's a clock on the top floor here, and a little flag. I especially like the corners and the base of this building, like they're really good. And there's these little circular things I find interesting between the windows. We got this over here, which I believe is the Burke Hotel. It was built by a guy named Willen, who used to build for Pearl City but doesn't anymore. We got a very detailed roof with a ton of detail here, like these little corner things. In all the different parts of the building. If we go down here, we also got a ton of detail in the base. The trapdoors are all wonky, but that's not a big deal. We're gonna look at what's over here before we go through the main parts of downtown. I'm gonna look at that stadium in a little bit. We got this, it's a very solid building. In my opinion, it's a pretty solid building. Everything just goes together pretty well. And we got this one with blue windows, which is pretty unique. And the base as well. I like how the base is has a bunch of greenery on it and flowers and stuff. And we got some little low-rise townhouses here, which I like, especially this one here. This one here I really like. I just like how the red goes with the sandstone and boats. This one here as well. These just look really nice. This one is not finished yet. Got this over here. It's I like the top floor in the corners. That's really nice. The base is quite nice too. And then we got some other low-rise townhouses out here. And to be honest, like all of these townhouses are just good. Like the builds are consistent when it comes to the skill level and standards that they're built at. Which is what I really like about Pearl City, because like it looks good consistently all across, except for there being like instead of there being like different levels of building skill in here, like in Bazooka City, for example. And this is where we lead to one of the greatest builds on the city, which is this huge stadium, the Concord Stadium, for baseball. Good attention to detail and stuff like the field, all the billboards, we got in the seats and stuff. I really do like this stadium. It's definitely one of the better ones I've seen in Minecraft cities. And behind it we got a highway. This whole part here is very undeveloped, and I don't know what will be here. Maybe townhouses or more stadiums. I'm not sure, but here we got the Little Caesars hockey stadium. I'm not gonna spend 10 years looking for the entrance, so I'm just gonna do that, get through that, and this is the inside of the stadium. Pretty dark, but I like it. Nice little hockey stadium. Oh, come on. Get through the thing. There we go. And now we're going to go back to the main city to look at the other downtown buildings. I like this pattern here as well. It's kind of a cool little pattern. Alright, now we're on to the buildings over here. We got this one, which I personally really like. This is pretty good. That gradient is really clean. And again, the detail in these builds are just stunning. It's something I don't see often in the Minecraft city building community is incredible detail in builds like these. We got some other mid-rises here. I like that this one has a little tower on top of it. That's a nice touch. And we got this one, which has a pretty obvious gradient, which goes from what looks like coarse dirt to brick, and then that goes to terracotta. And we got birch and sandstone accents, which really make this build nice and pop. There's this one over here, which also has a bunch of detail in the corners. We got some balconies on some of the windows. Now I do feel like this here is kind of block vomit like, which I don't really like too much. It's the one thing I don't like in Minecraft buildings. It's block vomit, and there is a little bit of it here. It's not the worst I've seen though. So yeah. And then here's a nice little church. There's an interior plan for this. We got some nice little trees and gardens around the church. And this tower with the bell on top, of course. And the whole thing is just really nice. And there's these little pillars that go around the church, which I find very interesting. And I noticed the roads in the city are really nice. And we got this all black modern building. Pretty bland, but what would you expect from a modern building? It's good to mix these modern ones in with the older buildings. And there's this other modern building which has some more variety in color. You got this one here, which is nice. And of course we got the normal New York City scaffolding set here. We got some we got some mid-sized high-rise townhouses over here. Pretty normal townhouses, really. There's this over here, which is one of the more simplistic buildings in the city. But it still looks nice in Skyline. And there's this. It would probably look better if I took my texture pack off. Because my texture pack that I have on does make the mushroom blocks a bit darker. So like this would look better if I didn't have the texture pack on. And then we got this here. I like this little corner element. There's like a corner building. There's like a smaller corner building here than this side. And then this building comes out on both sides, and then it meets up at the top. And then there's this, which has a really obvious gradient. Now that's like it's almost too much of a gradient. And there's this here, which is rather dark. Still fairly realistic buildings. And we got a bunch of mid and low rise townhouses here. I do like how the low and mid rises are kind of mixed in with the skyscrapers. Cause Bazooka City is more of a cohesive skyline with a lot of the high rises and skyscrapers together, and the low rises and one together, and then like the mid rises are together and stuff like that. We got the senior building, which is honestly one of my favorite builds I've seen in the city. The senior building is very iconic, and I love it. It's a shame that they tore down the senior building back in the day. It was a really nice building, and I still miss it to this day. There's this simple little mid-rise, probably apartment building. And it's kind of the same feel going to this one, except it's taller. Some small townhouses. And then this gray building. Pretty nice. And then we got this, which it's still a good looking building, and it actually has an interior. Pearl City barely has any interiors that I've seen, so I'm surprised this one has one. It's one of the less detailed ones in older buildings in Pearl City. But yeah, still nice. And we got a floating modern build that's not finished here. There's this corner building which I really like. Stair spam. You know you're good at building when you can include stair spam like this and still get a good outcome. I do like this. Kind of similar theme goes into this building, which is one of the tallest ones in the whole city. And there's that one over there, which is which has a freaky amount of detail in different colors. We got the top, which is like a pyramid shaped roof that is very steep. We got the Woolworth building over here. Very iconic, beautiful building. We got the Woolworth building over here, which has an insane amount of detail. Like, look at the roof. And look at this. Like, I could not build something like this in Minecraft, even though I am pretty good at building. Like, the amount of detail here is immaculate. And yeah, the Woolworth has to be my favorite out of all these. And then that goes to this build over here, which I mentioned earlier. There's a lot of color at the top. And like how there's these different windows in the middle that go up. A lot of texture on the roof. There's this one which is hit with a lightning blitz. This townhouse here. Got a couple others here. Townhouses. We got this building here, which I really like. The blue / green goes well with the white, especially for those windows. Got some townhouses I forgot to go over. These they're more smaller scale, except for this one here. I like it. And then there's this random townhouse that is way out here in the middle of the plot. I don't think it's supposed to be like that, but then again, it's a very unfinished city, so yeah. This is a massive road. This red building. Nice. And then next up we got these 3 other buildings over here. We got a really cool little park over here, which is it's an unfinished park, but we got a fountain in the middle. Nice custom trees. This little pavilion thingy says monument. I don't know exactly what it is. Got some basketball fields with some benches. And I like this basketball net design. And is these buildings? I personally don't like the pinkish windows, but that's just me. But still looks nice nonetheless. This opera house, really nice, very detailed. And then there's this townhouse with this nice little arched window in the middle. And then we got this, which is like incredibly which is pretty detailed. A lot going on. And then there's a couple other little townhouses here. This one here, this is a really skinny townhouse. Like damn, it is skinny. Some more shots of the park. There's this building here. And there's this here. It's just the one with the lightning blitzes. I do also like this. This one is also really nice. Yeah, this one with the 3-story tall mansard roof. Very tall mansard roof. Some other townhome, like some other mid-rise townhomes. And this big building here. Also these. This brown one Has a really clean gradient. I like it. The gradient is just really clean. It is smooth. And there's this. There's a couple more mid-rises. Just a bunch of mid-rises over here for the most part. Around the park. With really nice view from the park. You can really see the skyline from the park. It is awesome. If I set my window distance up, you'll be able to see the entire thing. And that other building continues on to this side of the road as well. And there's that building with the tower. I like the golden tip of the tower. Is nice. This building is currently being planned out. And looking at what's here right now, it's gonna be, I can tell it's gonna be a good one. We had some other nice builds here. But yeah, that's about all. That's about all for the downtown buildings. And now those townhouses over there. What we're gonna look at next? The low-rise townhouses. It's look really nice. I do find the bookcases behind the windows pretty interesting. That's a cool design for blinds. At least I think they are blinds, what they're meant to be. We got the same thing flowing for these. I like this one with the arts there. The circular window. I mean, the dry kelp blocks behind these windows. Don't forget about these on the other side. I like the fire shape. The stroke for the railings are pretty clever to save space. This wraps around. Yeah, these townhouses just go through to the other side. A ton more planned to be built here. I like these bay windows here. The bay windows are built pretty well. Another different fire shape design. I said really do a tutorial on some things like how to make fire shapes and like how to make vehicles, custom trees, that kind of stuff. Would be nice. We got these other buildings as well. I see the bookcase, the empty bookshelf window design is a very prominent thing around here. Which is cool because I've never seen any other city use that. And we got like a little area here. You can just chill. You can just sit in the chair and chillax and watch the sunset over the beach. What? Okay, what the hell? I think I just found a new bug with my. I think I just found a bug with my texture pack. Oh well. See, that's about it for Pearl City. Pearl City is a very unfinished city, so I'm probably gonna come back in about 6 months to a year, probably closer to a year, with an updated city tour. Once there's more buildings down. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe if you made it to the end of the video, and comment your opinion on these tour videos. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, and see you in the next video.